Hi, Packin here, and what I have with me are not bills, but 8 sensible gifts of Hanukkah. So this is from Cards Against Humanity, and if you don't know the game, then that makes you not a horrible person, because anybody who has the game is a horrible person. But, but this is a special promotion from Cards Against Humanity that you get 8 nights of awesome envelope gifts. So I'm going to do the unwrapping of all 8 in this holiday season. And Merry Christmas to all of you. And to those of you who are Hanukkah, well, this is a great treat for you, so that this one can show you what other treats you have for Hanukkah. This is great. So I'm just gonna open these letters up. I just opened one. I cheated. So when I open these up, these are just regular socks. I don't think these would fit me, but I just think it looks pretty fun, pretty nice. It has this nice candles. I think they're called menorahs. I'm not really sure. Wait, it says it right. Socks, 1 pair. I don't speak Hebrew or read Hebrew, so if anybody knows what it says over here, that would be great. It comes with this letter. I'm just gonna show it to you. It says, "You're receiving this letter because you or someone you know signed up for the Cards Against Humanity 8 sensible gifts for Hanukkah. Over the next month, we're going to send you 8 small surprise packages in the mail. In past years, we've celebrated beloved holiday festivals like Christmas and Kwanzaa by sending out novelties such as a lump of coal, a 1 square foot of a private island." Oh man, I would definitely want that. I definitely would want that. And a new Cards Against Humanity cards. Ooh, nice. This year, we decided to celebrate the holiday we actually believe in, Hanukkah. Hanukkah is an ancient Jewish festival of lights. When, in 166 BCE, the Maccabees observed a single day's worth of oil burning for 8 days. Wow, that's an 87.5% saving in oil. To properly observe Hanukkah, we've ensured that this year's gifts befit the responsible adult that you've become. For example, today we've sent you one of the life's greatest gifts, a pair of socks. You should never leave home without them. To help you with these tools responsibly, each day comes with a letter containing unsolicited advice from one of our Jewish fathers. Finally, please know that the most responsible thing you can do during the holidays is to not email us. We're confident that you'll receive all our gifts over the next month, but it's possible that they will arrive out of order or late. It's even possible you receive one gift and then wait a week before the next one arrives. The mail can be unreliable during the holidays, but they'll get the job done, like Moses in the desert. Please wait until January before you angrily pee yourself and email us at mail@cardsagainsthumanity.com. Okay, that's a very wordy letter. We've got another puzzle for you this year. You find clues hidden throughout the gifts. You're getting envelopes coming in the website Okay, so I have to go to this link to find this kind of puzzle, which I haven't done yet. Probably it's been done. So yeah, you got these socks. Wonderful. I don't have socks with me right now. I'm not wearing any socks, so this is probably a good time to actually wear them. Oh geez, these little tabs. Comes out with these little plastic tabs. They'll really rip out the material. Ah, there you go, scalpel tool. Can never go wrong with my trusty scalpel tool. Oh, keep in mind that these socks are not painted, so they're not painted on menorahs. They're just they're embroidered. individually, so they look really nice. I really don't think these would fit me. I have very large feet. Look at that. This is how far these socks can go. Oh jeez. Well, so much for socks. Oh well, that takes care of the first one. Now let's go over the second gift. And this second gift I didn't open. So you got 8. Skipping around here. Night 2. So we go by night 1, night 2, night 3, so forth and so on to night 8. This one, these mails are corresponding in different days. Like I received this one last 2 weeks ago, and then several days after that they come out with extra letters from Cards Against Humanity. So this is night 2, and I wonder what I get for this one. Oh, and these envelopes are individually barcode, so I guess that's pretty much how USPS. This is from mailed in first class by New Brunswick, New Jersey. So this one is postmarked and also labeled by USPS. So each of the letters that they ship out to anybody else is corresponded by certain days that they'll be receiving. So if you're receiving these letters, you're not going to be getting, oh, first day you receive in night 8 or night 6. This goes by night 1, and you know that's how they go. And that's pretty cool that they have these tracking barcodes on each of the envelopes. This one seems to be wrinkled. I think it's due to the rain. So, you know, so much for that. I'll just rip that out. I mean, it feels like a pair of socks. Did they send me another pair of socks? They sent me another pair of socks. Great. Thank you again for these socks that I can't wear, Cards Against Humanity. But you know, I could give them to either my friends or my brothers to enjoy. And there's another letter. So, simplicity has been a powerful concept for a long time, and for just as long, difficult to pin down. Everyone seeks it, from artists and scientists to religious figures, philosophers, designers, and inventors. Sir Isaac Newton argued that nature is pleased with simplicity. Henry David Thoreau wrote that he and we needed to simplify. The 13th century poet and Zen master Stonehouse astutely observed that there isn't much time in this fleeting life. Why spend it running in circles? Steve Jobs sought simplicity, and Pope Francis tries to embody it. Simplicity, however, is not simple. It is almost, but not quite, whatever we want and need to be in the affluent world in which some of us live. It is about reducing clutter, moving the extraneous in order to get to whatever is important. About slowing down, doing one thing at a time, and finding the world in that one thing. About paring down, leaning to want and need less materially. Okay, it's a very ambiguous letter. I'll just keep reading. I just maybe I'm just gonna make another video saying that when I read this whole thing. All right, so simplicity, blah blah. I'm not gonna read this whole thing. Yeah, I thought about actually making another video that I read this whole thing, but this is a whole memoir on simplicity. This is from Eli's dad, so I get another sock. I'm okay with that. All right, so that's night 2. Night 3. Let's open this up. Something fun, something useful. If it's another pair of socks, I hope it's larger this time. What? And it these Cards Against Humanity likes to give away socks. I could definitely give these away now. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. On commitment. Okay. There you go. Another pair of socks. They got 3 pairs of socks. They're not my size. And each letter is longer than the last. One from simplicity, one for on commitment. Yeah, you know what? I'll just read it to you. On commitment. They say commitment is difficult. We hear about how weak-willed and lazy humans can be. They don't stick with schools, jobs, or relationships. The negative consequences are both practical and moral. The resulting self-disdain often brutal. My most vivid memory of what I thought to be weakness of commitment was my father's inability to quit cigarettes after he suffered a collapsed lung. Ooh, that's sad. Oh, that's just me talking. Hard as he tried, he kept buying more. All that while insisting that he was committed to his goal, he just didn't have the capacity. Yet the day he was diagnosed with lung cancer, I was with him when he tossed the entire carton into the trash. He never smoked again, just for that. For years I hated him for not having the courage to commit until it was too late. It took a long time for me to realize his behavior had nothing to do with the strength or perseverance of character or addiction. It was something else. Then there's the story of the acting classes my wife used to take when we were young and living in New York City. She would frequently get horrid, abusive teachers who would bring her to tears. I begged her to quit, and she wouldn't. She insisted she was committed to her career and her choices, and refused to be weak about it. Sounds reasonable, yet years later it's clear to both of us that she would put herself through misery that could have been avoided if she had the strength to simply walk away. In my own life, I found and lost commitment many times along the way. I've judged myself harshly as if my commitments were conscious choices that I have either backed up or abandoned through my misbehavior. The challenge has always been discovered which vows actually mean something to me and which don't. Regardless of my abstract preferences, that's because true commitment, like personal morality, can't be chosen. It reflects who we are, not who we wish to be. It's something that revealed to us slowly over the course of our experience, and almost always without advance notice. In Star Trek IV, in the face of insufficient data to make a proper acceleration decision, Spock is left to no guess his way out of trouble. Given the life and death stakes, he promises to make the very best guess he can. Maybe that's all of us can do. So next time you find yourself questioning your own commitment to an excellent Hanukkah promotion, you must ask yourself a question. Does the problem lie in your own impatience, in a disappointing promotion, or is there in fact no problem at all? As the saying goes, never ask how to satisfy commitment. Instead, always ask why. Respectfully, Ben's dad. Okay, Ben's dad. You really said this one. Okay. Let's read on simplicity. Simplicity has been a powerful concept for a long time, and for just as long, difficulty to pin down, everybody seeks it, from artists and scientists to religious figures, philosophers, designers, and inventors. Sir Isaac Newton argued that nature is pleased with the simplicity. Henry David Thoreau wrote that he and we need to simplify. The 13th century poet and Zen master Stonehouse astutely observed that there isn't much time in its fleeting life. Why spend it running in circles? Steve Jobs saw simplicity, and Pope Francis tries to embody it. Simplicity, however, is not simple. It is almost, but not quite, whatever you want and need to be. It is the affluent world in which some of us live. It is about reducing clutter, removing the extraneous in order to get to whatever is important. About slowing down, doing one thing at a time, and finding the world in that one thing. About paring down, learning to want and need less materially. Yet many people know, especially young adults, have no choice but to simplify, making a true virtue of necessity, living simply as much because they have to as because they want to. For some, simplicity serves as a rebuke to the gross inequalities in our own society. The idea and ideal of simplicity is strengthened by its ties to many others. It is implicit to the idea of craftsmanship, practice, and mastery, doing things carefully and doing them the right way. For some scientists and designers, simplicity is about parsimony or elegance. As landscape architect Koichi Kawana put it, the achievement of maximum effort with minimal means. Simplicity is evoked to the life ideal of balance, and it's the heart of the political ideal of social justice. When we seek quiet and clarity, we are often seeking simplicity as well, as we struggle for self-acceptance, embracing our own distinct narrative. We are also seeking a form of simplicity. I too seek and practice simplicity in my own life, especially in how I compose my daily life in order to free personal resources to attend to what is important and to the unexpected. And so I have to choose what is important. My family, of course, their health and well-being, their own efforts to grow, contribute, and find a measure of happiness. My writing, which is how I seek to make something of life and contribute in a modest way to my society, and my students who are finding their way, working on their own personal and professional tasks. Yet I have to say that I also wonder about simplicity. I believe it is important to embrace complexity and ambiguity as part of life. I worry that simplicity is a luxury of those who can afford to simplify. Simplicity seems to require a kind of withdrawal from social or civic life, or the messiness of the world at large, even to require a measure of selfishness. Certain relationships with those we love and care about are not, and cannot be simple. So basically, Eli's dad is pretty much philosophizing about what's the inner importance of the idea of trying to keep yourself more not too open, but more of a context of what's pretty much important to you. I think it's more like how self-importance and how you are important to the members of your family. It's always easier to be simple about how you present yourself and how you live your life in a simple way. So this is a 3 socks. 3. Okay, so let's go to a night 4. Night 4, you get this nice little letter. Use the butt of my scalpel tool to rip. I kind of figured that this letter isn't really, not licked enough. Oh, okay, it is. I'll have to rip out carefully. There you go. Of course, this is a secondary rip. Okay. I think that anybody who wants one of these sensible gifts want cards. Ooh, wait, wow. Unthrift. Oh my God, there's more letters. What is this? What is this? Cards Against Humanity. U.S. Treasury Inflation Protected Securities Fund. This is to certify that the bearer of this certificate is the owner of 150,000 of the interest-bearing securities now in the hands of trustees of Cards Against Humanity, U.S. Treasury Inflation Protected Securities Fund, and that out of the proceeds of such bonds, the trustees will pay to the bearer as such certificates are marked. This certificate is one of the issue of $150,000 as value of the date of issuance, the 10th of November 2015. The bearer's share of which this certificate is evidence of ownership is valued at $1 as of said date. A report of the current value of the bearer's share of the security fund has been made and available online. Cards Against Humanity U.S. Trust Inflation Protected Securities Fund.com. This share may be exchanged for United States currency at the market value no sooner than the 1st of January 2017 and no later than the 15th of April 2017 and said internet address using the security code. Wow. Okay, so this is so cool. No, you got this. You also got a code, so I can't really show that. This one, it says thrift. Does that have 2 pages? Oh, this one has 2 pages. Okay. I don't know if I want to read this too long because I want to keep the video going. But you get this nice card look. Fun fact, 100% of the Cards Against Humanity writers are Jewish. Can you believe it? A Jewish comedy writer. Anything is possible in 2015. Fun fact, Natalie Portman is a sex golem created by Jewish wizards over 2,000 years ago. Oh, that's just mean. That's just mean. So this is a Jewish Pact Part 1. Look at that. Okay. What? This is so cool. Oh yeah, bags of money, chopped off a bit of the penis. A headache. Yeah. This is something I don't want to go through the camera. But you get cards. You get awesome Jewish Hanukkah cards for Cards Against Humanity. This is pretty awesome. Again, this is for $15. This is actually worth it.